Follow the trend, tend to benefit while avoiding harm. Hello everyone, this is Mr. D. Today I want to share with you the theory of the origin of the world in the I Ching. On the question of how our universe was born, philosophy, science, and religions all have their own theoretical systems. Although they have different conclusions and structures, there is one thing in common in all theories about the origin of the world. That is, the laws of the world are orderly and regular. Why do I think there must be a certain law in our world? Regarding whether the world is orderly or disorderly, there are only two situations. The first is that the world is orderly, and the second is that the world is disorderly. My logic is very simple. If the world is disorderly, then in a disorderly world, orderly matter cannot exist. The matter that exists in our world is orderly, so I think the world is orderly. Some people may say that the current scientific discovery is that the movement of particles is disorderly. What I want to say is that this disorder is probably just because human knowledge is not enough to discover the laws of particles' movement. Is the theory of the I Ching the truth of the world? The theory of origin of the world described in I Ching is just one of many theories. Whether the theory is the ultimate answer to the universe, I don't know. I take the theory of origin of I Ching as one of many ways I observe the world. If the world is orderly, then any result must have its cause. What is the first reason for this universe? Religions attributed this cause to God. There are many sayings in philosophy. Since the focus of this video is not Western philosophy, I will not introduce them one by one. I Ching attributed this first cause to Taiji. In the theory system of the I Ching, the starting point of our universe is Taiji. Taiji is the sum of all matter in our universe. When the universe was in stage of Taiji, all matter in the universe was mixed. There was no light and dark in the universe. There was no you or me. All matter was mixed in a balanced state in Taiji. This theory is very like the singularity in the current Big Bang theory. Somehow, the balance of energy in Taiji was suddenly broken. So Taiji turned into two energies. There are yin and yang. I have a detailed introduction about Taiji and yin-yang in this video. In the theoretical system of the I Ching, the birth and death of all matter and life in our universe, the beginning and end of things, are all due to the transformation and balance between the energy of yin and the energy of yang. The four states of mutual transformation of yin and yang are collectively referred to as the four images. The four states are respectively called the old yang, the young yin, the old yin, the young yang. The old yang, the ancient Chinese used two yang lines to represent it. The young yin, the ancient Chinese used a yin line and a yang line to represent it, and the yin line is on top of the yang line. The old yin, the ancient Chinese used two yin lines to represent it. The young yang, the ancient Chinese used a yang line and a yin line to represent it, and the yang line is on top of the yin line. How is the energy of yang and the energy of yin transformed to each other? Please look at this diagram carefully. The state described by the old yang is that after the energy of yin and the energy of yang reaches imbalance in a system, the energy of yang continues to increase while the energy of yin continues to decrease. Eventually, the energy of yang reaches its maximum, and the energy of yin reaches its minimum. The state described by the yang-yin is that after the energy of yang reached its maximum and the energy of yin reached its minimum in the system, the energy of yin gradually increases while the energy of yang gradually decreases. Eventually, the energy of yang and the energy of yin reaches imbalance. The state described by the old yin is that after the energy of yang and the energy of yin reach the imbalance in the system, the energy of yin continues to increase while the energy of yang continues to decrease. Eventually, the energy of yin reaches its maximum and the energy of yang reaches its minimum. The state described by the yang-yang is that after the energy of yin reached its maximum and the energy of yang reached its minimum in the system, the energy of yang gradually increases while the energy of yin gradually decreases. Eventually, the energy of yin and the energy of yang reaches imbalance. The energy of yin and the energy of yang is a system are constantly changing, circulating like this. If you understand Hegel's philosophy, then you will find that the theoretical system of I Ching is very similar to Hegel's dialectics. The discovery of the theoretical system of I Ching was thousands of years earlier than Hegel's dialectics. I'm not trying to express how powerful Chinese culture is. I just want to say that the theoretical system of I Ching thousands of years ago is very advanced. I Ching's theoretical system conforms to some modern philosophical theoretical system, even modern science. In some articles, you will see a lot of explanations about what the four images represent. Some articles say that the four images represent the four seasons. The yang-yang represents spring, the old yang represents summer, the yang-yin represents autumn, the old yin represents winter. Some articles say that the four images represent the four directions. The yang-yin represents west, the old yang represents south, the yang-yang represents east, the old yin represents north. Some articles say that the four images represent the four sacred animals in Chinese legends. The yang-yin represents the white tiger, the old yang represents the vermilion bird. The yang-yang represents the azure dragon. The old yin represents the black tortoise. The things represented by the four images in these articles are not wrong, but they are not the essence of the four images. The transformation and balance between yin and yang in the system is the real information that the four images express. After knowing the essence of the four images, you must also know why the four images represent these things. According to the theoretical system of the I Ching, the development of events and the birth and destruction of objects and life are driven by changes of energy of yin and yang. As a human being, we cannot directly see changes of energy of yin and yang in an event. We can only observe phenomena caused by changes of the energy of the event. We add a yang line to each symbol representing the four images, and four new symbols are born. We add a yin line to each symbol representing the four images, and four new symbols are born. These 8 symbols are what we call the 8 trigrams. The 8 trigrams are phenomena that we can directly observe and caused by the transformation of energy of yin and yang. In order to facilitate your understanding regarding the relationship between the four images and the 8 trigrams, I will give you an example. Although this example is not accurate, but it's easy to understand. When a person is hurt, his own energy will change. Although this person cannot intuitively feel the change of energy of his body, he will definitely feel pain. As observers, we cannot feel the change of energy and pain in his body. How do we know he was hurt? We observe his expression. From his painful expression, we can infer that he had been injured, and we can also predict that his body will have scars, and even this injury may cause permanent damage to his body. We can regard the energy changes in this person's body when he is hurt as the 4 image, and the painful expression on his face after being hurt as the 8 trigrams. The change of energy of yin and yang of things is the essence that causes things to develop. But this essence cannot be observed by us as human beings. We can only predict how things will develop in the future through the phenomena caused by the changes of energy of yin and yang inside things. What phenomena do the 8 trigrams represent? I will give a detailed introduction in the following videos. Subscribe. Be your own prophet.